Okay, here we go. You finally made it through phase 0, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4, and phase 5 of your decision tree project. And now you're going to make a beautiful GUI of some type. Now this is a really lame example, but you have the tools to make a GUI that's animated, to have a background image, and you already put the buttons there for. I'm so nice. I already put the buttons there for you, but you have the tools to make something that's gorgeous. This is not gorgeous. You're going to make something more gorgeous than this. It's going to be bueno. And eventually they're going to be able to answer, my font is ugly, the color is ugly, the background picture is ugly, the animation's pretty legit. But you're going to do something much better than this. It's already rigged up so that this thing will pop up for you. I already wrote that code for you. It's already rigged up so that you can type your answers and hit submit and it goes away, and it's amazing. So let me walk you through just real quick what is happening. First of all, you've got this thing called My Guessing Game. My Guessing Game is the star of the show. It is an animated panel, so it has a dad over here. It has a decision tree in it. Boom. It has the potential to have a background image. You probably want to do that because it would be cool. It's got a lame old constructor to do its business, and then basically you're going to write these functions. What it should do when they say yes, what it should do when they say no, what when they get to the bottom of the tree and the game was wrong and it needs to take in a new answer and a new question, you're ready for that too, and all that just gets called at the right times, which is amazing. So anytime they press yes, it calls this. When they press no, it calls that. When they type in a new question you answer, it calls that. It's amazing. There's also a place where you can determine what animation is happening to your text over and over again, and you have a lame main to make it run. Now, what I will say is basically all these are going to deal with the tree. They're going to talk to the tree in some way. Now I'm going to take you over to look at your parent real quick, because there are a lot of protected variables you've inherited. You've inherited the font. Now don't mess with this class. If you want to change the font, just say that when your guessing game is born, it's going to change the font, right? Change the font variable. If you want to change the color, just change the color here in your My Guessing Game constructor, and it should be awesome. Now, but basically you've inherited a font. This is what's showing up on the screen. So if you make a change to that, then you're changing what's on the screen. You can deal with the color of the font, the color of the background, how see-through the font is. Don't worry about that. That's garbage. That is where the font is right now. So you have variables to determine where the font is. The frames per second, and the crayon you shouldn't have to really worry about. But all these things you should be able to change those here in your constructor if you want to make a change to how it looks. Now, that being said, this is how you get things to show up on the screen. You have to change the display text, and it will display whatever text you put in there. So that's pretty straightforward. You've got all your tools to make it beautiful. If you make sure, if you're going to use a background image, which you should, let's be real, that you drag the image into the source and then you type out the file name right there, and it should be amazing. One other thing, when it says new input frame, that is the thing that pops up at the end. So I will show you real quick. So when I'm just going to say yes, yes, yes. Oh, well, that was stupid. I meant to say no. This is when it says new input frame, this happens to you and it covers up the thing behind it. So you can't see what's behind there, and then you type in your stuff and it's happy. So that is what happens when you say new input frame. When you hit submit from this new input frame, that is what is going to call your receive input. So those are the basics that you can mess with and play with and make it gorgeous. I'll come back with it in a few more videos. I'll show you some ideas about how to make some really cool animations.